Here is another Harbor Freight or Bauer tool that we picked up. This is the Bauer hot glue gun. $19.99 is the purchase price. No battery included, but it says that you could get up to 5 hours of no load heat on a Bauer battery, which is 5 amp hour. We're going to be using this modified 6 amp hour Amazon battery that we use on basically all of our Bauer cordless tools now. So if you're curious, this cost about $25 and some change, and then pretty much it's a DeWalt style battery that we modify to fit on the Bauer. For us specifically, we modified it on a manual mill, but you could do it with the Dremel too. It just might take a little bit more time. Pretty much we shave this part here flat, and then there's some tabs on the inside, the bottom of here. Not too big of a tab, but we milled that off, and then we milled this little section here. Depending on the tool or how you want to go about it, you could modify the actual Bauer tool or just do it to the battery. We did it to the battery because we didn't want to go and chop up all of the Bauer tools in case we needed to do some type of warranty claim, even though I don't think there's much of a warranty on the power stuff unless you buy that extended warranty. But yeah, so we just modified the battery. And then after that you would open it up, and then we added a resistor in here too for the temperature. It basically bypasses the temperature on the Bauer battery. But there'll be a whole video of how to modify these if you're interested, and then I'll also link the the product page for this in the description below. But anyways, enough of this battery. Let's get to opening this. So I believe it heats up to it's like 445. Yeah, 445 temperature is what it heats up to. And we've been using a different heat gun for our business for the past, well, the heat gun we had was about over 20 years old, and it's been working fine. It takes a while to heat up. It's a corded version. I don't have it with me right now, but it takes about 5 minutes to heat up, and then very simple basic hot glue gun. But it's starting to have issues. I think we've worn it out, or we just put enough use into it where the glue is starting to come backwards through the glue gun, and it's oozing out the back and drying up, and then just causing all types of clogs. So I decided it's time to get a new glue gun, and for 20 bucks from Bauer, not bad price. The reviews I've read on this seem to be really good. I mean, people haven't had any issues with it. A lot of people say it heats up really fast, so I figure it's worth the investment, and at least we don't have to use our old corded one that takes forever to heat up now. First thing I noticed is that the nozzle on this is a lot bigger than what our old glue gun is, so that probably helps with the flow. And assuming that this gun could get hot enough to do a steady flow of this tip, that's actually already an upgrade for us. And just, let's see here, it's about a 3mm nozzle on here. I'm gonna guess our previous one is like 1.5mm, so double the size. And the other nice thing is that there's a LED indicator here, so then once you power it on, it's supposed to let you know when it's actually to temp, whereas our other one so basic it doesn't do that. So then we just let it sit for a while until we feel like it's hot enough, or until we see some glue starting to drizzle down. But let's just hook it up to our battery. And this overall, this glue gun is really light. I would say it's probably like roughly 5 ounces or so, and so not much weight to it at all. The battery is gonna be where all that weight's coming from. So let's see, first we'll see if our modified battery even fits, which I assume it does. And there you go, you got that on. And one thing I did note, oh no, this still has it too. So basically this slit that we put in our battery is for this little tab here on the Bauer tools. So if you wanted to not have to cut that slit, you could just chop off this little tab. But there we go, got that. Powered on, and let's see, I think we'll see how long it takes. But here's, I think this white light is maybe a indicator of some sort to let you know that, I don't know if it's actually a light to see where you're gluing. No, it's not a light to see where you're gluing. I think it's just an indicator light to let you know that it's on. And this is probably the temperature here, so I assume red just means that it's not ready. Aside from that, overall the balance of this is pretty nice too, with the battery pack there. You do have to hold it a little bit on the low side for it to balance properly. If you're holding it near the top, then you could feel that battery weight pulling down. But aside from that, pretty cool. And let's see what else we're looking at here. So yeah, just for reference, this is the 20 volt, so I use that 20 volt DeWalt battery. And I think Bauer has two different types of batteries, so you are going to need to use the 20 volt DeWalt battery for that, or the 20 volt Bauer style. Other than that, you have that standard Bauer rubber grip here with the red. The only thing I didn't really like about this color or this material is that it's kind of like a rough or textured finish here. So then on the power tools that we have from Bauer, after the first use, if you have like any type of oil or dirt on your hands, it's going to stick to that red finish, and it doesn't really come off too well, even with the wipes that we use that tend to take off dirt really good, but it just gets stuck in the little crevices of the textured finish. So it's a little bit annoying, but aside from that, if you don't mind tools that look a little dirty, pretty good design overall. So the light's still red, there you go. Now we got the green. So I would say, I didn't look at the timer, but I would say that was probably like a minute to heat up. So not too bad. And then let's see here, just press the button again and everything turns off. So we're gonna be testing this out, and you wanna make sure not to touch this area. This little sleeve here does kind of give you a little bit of protection from the heat, but it is warm, so you don't want to hold it too long. And then that brass nozzle right there is definitely something you don't want to touch when it's heated up. Once you turn it off, you're not going to get any lights at all, so then there is no warning that it's still hot or not. So you just got to keep that in mind when you store this away, to let it cool down before you do so. But overall, I think 20 bucks, pretty good purchase. So I'll link this in the description in case you want to see that direct link for the Bauer tool. Or actually, since we're doing QR codes now, I'll put a QR code maybe right here, so then if you do have a mobile phone, or if you're watching this on the TV, you could just scan that QR code with your phone camera, and then it'll link you to the Harbor Freight page for this. And then for the battery over here, maybe a QR code right there for the battery. So thanks for watching. If anything comes up with this, if we don't like it for any reason, we'll probably do a follow-up video. But aside from that, if you don't see a follow-up video for this, then that's probably a good sign that we've been enjoying it without any issues. And hopefully more reviews in the future. Thanks for watching.